It's recording.
Yeah, they have to record.
Get the audio. And that's it. You just see this participants
Yeah,
when it's here. If you leave this open, it will show you who's joining.
okay.
See,
But-
when they join, you can either mute everybody by hitting mute all,
Oh, here's the mute all, okay.
okay? And then those who are speaking have to unmute themselves,
Okay, okay.
okay?
So what you did, you mute all, they did it. And when somebody wants to speak, I tell them to
You got-
unmute
Yeah,
yourself,
what you could do is mute all upon
entry.
entry, okay?
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah. Unmute themselves, continue. Okay,
And then what happens if somebody wants to speak? I have to tell him to unmute himself
yeah.
and he
This
can
way, you're not gonna have so many disturbances, because if you have 10, 15 people at home and they're making all this noise.
No,
and
but
stuff,
everybody can unmute himself, no?
yes, but at least this way, when they log on, it's not gonna be like super loud,
Okay, okay.
you know, and you're not gonna be hearing
And
background noises.
how do I know who is there? This list will come here, participant list will come here?
Yeah, so you have to,
So I can unmute and mute from here also?
no, it's gonna pop up like this person is joined. Do you wanna admit them or not? I don't know how it looks. Like, let me join from my computer and let's see how it looks. Send this to me.
I said, okay, send it to you.
Where is forward? I don't use mail. How do you send this to me?
Yeah.
Input tools? No, forward, this one.
Yeah.
Well, that's reply. Shoot, I don't want to reply. How do you forward mail on this thing, man? So
Yeah,
confusing.
no, wait a minute, you can't see it.
Forward. 2SS, switch that on. Okay, send. Let me see on my computer how it works. Go to my mail.
I have a Zoom right now or no?
Huh?
I have a Zoom or no? You disconnected?
Yeah. Saroj Vora is there. Hi.
Yeah.
See?
Good. Because I can hear you, I can see you. Yeah, now I can see you.
गुड इवनिंग नमस्कार जय माता दी
जय माता जी की आवाज आ रही?
हाँ हाँ
और क्या किया दिन भर तुमने?
दिन भर आज दो कविताएं लिखी और 2 घंटे सैर की
अच्छा तो unmute yourself.
किसको बोल रही हो?
Unmute yourself. Unmute.
मेरी तो अनम्यूट ही है
If you don't want to be on the camera, suggest you back away.
Now speak. I can hear you.
हेलो
Yeah, but your voice is not loud enough.
Okay,
Not
Dad,
loud
everything's
enough?
working good. I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
That's why it's not loud, because you're on the phone with me. So let me go. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Can you hear me?
आई कैन हियर यू
But I cannot hear you well. Now
कैन यू हियर मी नाउ
yes, now loud and clear. But you are not in the frame now. I think you did adjust your camera. Yeah, that's better now.
ओके
So this is our first Zoom meeting. It's not 8 o'clock right now. We still have 3 minutes to wait, I think. Let's wait, see how many people join us. Because meeting का main idea क्या है? जो बताता हूँ मैं. Main idea is the people, as I sent a note today, there's a lot of people who know the problem, they discuss among themselves, but never come in public. The whole idea is to bring the people in the public to talk about problems and solutions and things like that. That is the whole idea. Let's see what happens. What do you think?
वो कहते हैं तीन किस्म के लोग होते हैं, those who make things happen,
वो
those who
भी
watch, हैं?
I heard about that also. पर मैंने
दो-
अपनी तरफ से बनाया ना, तीन तरह के लोग हैं.
या मैं तेरे को उसके simplified version बताता हूँ ना, those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what's happening.
What happening? I heard about that line actually. I forget
So-
about that, but I created my own lines just to make people, hey, let's participate and be vocal.
So the first category of people lead and succeed. The second category of people succeed. And third category of people still keep wondering what the hell is going on.
The world is in a mess actually. I read articles all around. If you look at Christianity, Islam, they are so organized, and in Hindus are so defamed and put in corner that there is nobody to support Hinduism and nobody to fight for Hinduism. अभी मैं एक जगह आर्टिकल पढ़ा था, वो बोलता है कि everybody should know how to defend himself. But looks like that now arms are with all the criminals, and good people have nothing to fight with. Criminals are having arms, but the good people don't have arms to fight back.
That is a sign of cowardliness.
Which system बना दिया ना? They made a system that you have to live in an orderly basis. You cannot carry the arms, you cannot possess the arms, you cannot buy the arms. So criminal can carry the arms. अभी देखो California में मार दिया 4 लोगों को. And what is happening in Ukraine, there is no limit of that. Things are happening.
जिसकी लाठी उसकी भैंस.
हाँ, you're right.
इंडिया में क्या हो रहा है? यही कुछ इंडिया में हो रहा है.
नहीं, वर्ल्ड में सब तो यही हो रहा है यार. तो देखो ना, even countries which are called Islamic countries, which are Muslim countries, look at them, how they are being poor people, how people who have no connections are living low life. Only few people who control them and living a good life. Others are having no life at all.
भाई साहब आज सवेरे मेरे को एक फोन कॉल आ गई. मैं उठाता नहीं usually unless I know who is calling. I picked
Vijay.
up the phone. And they
Vijay
were
Arya
doing-
ji, namaskar. You can unmute yourself. Vijay ji, you can unmute yourself. Hello? Dr. Arya and me talk very often, and I'll introduce you to him also. He's a doctor in Long Island. Can you unmute yourself, Dr. Arya? Doctor, can you unmute yourself? Connecting to audio, okay. Doctor, can you hear me? Can you unmute yourself? We cannot hear you.
Oh, how about now?
Now you hear it, now you hear it.
Okay, namaste ji, sorry.
कोई बात नहीं. Saroj Vora, he's a doctor. He's also PhD holder, worked for IBM for so many years, retired now. And we talk very often about the issues and problems in India and Hinduism. He has written few poetry books, poems rather. And I think he's writing a novel also recently.
Very nice.
I don't know
Namaste
how
Vora
far-
ji, nice meeting you.
नमस्कार आपको भी.
We talk about,
आपका
yeah,
न्यूयॉर्क में ही है आप कहाँ पर?
नहीं,
मैं कनेडिकट में हूँ, पड़ोसी हूँ आपका.
अच्छा चलो बहुत बढ़िया. ट्राई स्टेट एरिया. हाँ.
and we know each other since 1972.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Nice meeting you. Yeah.
Nice meeting you too, sir.
Now
हाँ जी
you-
नमस्ते सानी जी
Namaste, Dinesh
नमस्ते
ji, namaskar, namaskar.
नमस्कार.
Dinesh ji is very well known to me, and I hope you also. He is our past president of Overseas Friends of BJP, and he works in Penn University, and he's he's a scientist, and he has
Nice.
got many patents under his name. And
Very nice.
he was very much in my TV programs and radio programs You name it, he's every time I call him, he's there. And today, this Dharma group, which we are starting, I hope we can duplicate everywhere and inspire everybody to do something like that. See, whole idea is to become vocal. Whole idea to know what the problems are and what the solutions are. So today, as we are taking the topic of Dharma versus religion, and I sent a note also about Dharma versus religion, which I found as a some kind of message to me. This is to give an idea of what Dharma is and what religion is. So one thing is very clear, the religion divides and Dharma unites. So we had to see how to make people understand whether they are with Dharma or whether they are with the religion. It's not going to be easy task. So let everybody say what they want to say and start with that. So I will start with Saroj first because he joined me first.
So when you say dharma versus religion, I think what you're talking about is religion and spirituality, or am I wrong?
So you're correct.
Okay. So the first question that comes up in mind is, are we talking about from, when we say religion, which religion we are talking about, or are we talking about religion in general?
See, we are talking about religion which are in existence today, which has occupied the minds of the people now, and which is creating all the conflict and war. Am I right?
So my question is, are we talking about one given specific religion, or are we talking about religions at large? In other words, are we talking about strictly from a Hinduism point of view, or are we talking about Christianity, Islam, whatever?
I think we should talk about religion as a whole, all religions. So that way we are making people understand what they're following is good or bad.
See, Sani Sahib, the problem is that dharma is not religion. That's the basic misunderstanding. If I mean, I know you guys definitely know more than I do, but I listened to this Swami Sarvpriyananda, and he explained very nicely that in today's date and time, people don't want to say themselves religious. And truly speaking, it's good that they saw Hinduism is not a religion, because it's not. Dharma and religion are not same words. They are very different. It will be a very uphill battle for us to explain everyone that why dharma is not religion. That's my view.
But the problem comes right now for all of us is that most of the people are following religion, and we are talking about dharma and how to change their thinking. That is the main thing. And for that, we need a media, we need some kind of propaganda, not propaganda, but a message going out somehow. And who will send the message? That is the main thing. And the question comes, people like us are very few, and people who are following religions are many, and we have no way to change their thinking unless until we find a way. Particularly, I think we should approach United Nations on this and tell them, hey, what is happening in the world? You can stop all this killing. See, I feel that all the wars are done by human. A human is killing a human. Now, question comes, why human doesn't know how to live like a human? So we should take a stand now, and we should form a group. We should approach United Nations and maybe few top leaders of the world and tell them that you can change, provided you understand this is what is going on. What do you think, Saroj?
So let's understand that exactly what when Vijay says that dharma and religion are not the same thing. What's the key differentiating factors between those two?
Can I say something on this?
Yeah, go ahead, Sarojji.
So when we say dharma, we definitely mean Sanatan Dharma. And this dharma and religion, they become synonyms in India because of this, whatever we are doing politically, which we call secularism. And in that, they have put Hinduism at par with Islam and Christians and other things. But that is not true. When we say dharma, dharma means that those are some of the principles or duties which sustain this entire creation, the entire srishti. And fundamental thing, the basis of this is that sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashchit dukh bhag bhavet, and vasudhaiv kutumbakam. These are the two basic pillars of Sanatan Dharma. You will not find any of these things even remotely close to any other religion, so-called religion. Religions are just mode of worship to reach whatever God they call it. But Dharma is not a mode of worship. Dharma, Sanatan Dharma, is for human beings to maintain, to sustain the Srishti. Srishti does not mean just human life. It involves human, animals, and trees, environment, nadiyan, pahad, everything. So dharma means to protect everything, whatever God has created. But in religion, it's just to reach God through some kind of worship. And they say that our mode of worship is the only way, only right way to reach God. Dharma doesn't say that you have to, your duty just to reach God. That will come on the way as long as you do sustain the entire creation.
But
That
now,
is why we call Vasudev Kutumbakam, the entire Vasudha is our family. And as you live in family, you love each other. You help
Guruji,
each other. You never think of killing. So when you said कि मनुष्य जो है मनुष्य को मार रहा है, युद्ध कर रहा है, ऐसी भावना कभी आएगी नहीं आपके मन में. If you are following Vasudev Kutumbakam or the first pillar of dharma, you will consider, you will be loving everything, not only human being, but even animals, trees, mountains, नदियां तो आपकी लाइफ है. विदाउट नदियां आप देखिए बहुत शुरू से ही जहां जहां टाउन डेवलप हुए हैं, दे आर ऑन द बैंक ऑफ एनी रिवर. You will not find any ancient town developed where there is no river. So river is the life, and that is why we call all these rivers Mata, because it is feeding you.
Guruji,
So
what
that
you
is the
said.
basic difference. As Sarojji says, we should not compare religion and dharma. They are totally different concepts.
No, but the question comes, what we should do. See, the way the world is going now, like Vijay and I've been talking to him many times, we want to make a change. How the change will come? We know what is right. Other people don't know what is right. We believe in dharma, others believe in religion. Question comes, we people have to think how to bring the change in the world. My thinking was, with the concept what we have, we had to put up some kind of writing a letter, sending to key people of the world, and hoping they will read these letters and it will change their mind. See, everything is mind. If the thought goes in the mind and the mind believes in that, then your body starts working on that. So question is, can we do that? Should we do that? That's the main point. What are your thoughts, Viraji?
I think before we start talking about what needs to be done, can we do something, we got to come to an agreement with respect to certain basic fundamental tenets. Number one, what are we talking about? Are we talking about religion? Are we talking about dharma? If we're talking about dharma, then we should clearly understand what's the difference between the two. Are we talking about Hinduism and Sanatana Dharma? We should understand what's the difference between the two. Otherwise, how can we explain it to people? And if we don't agree as 4 or 5 people, then we are in trouble.
So now
So we should establish some ground rules that here are the things, here is how we agree to define them, and then we can make that as the foundation to move on.
See, if you see what I send a write-up about religion versus spirituality, it gives you some points. I think we can pick up some points out of that, draft a nice letter, and appeal to few leaders of the world that this conflict has to be stopped. This religion has to be made understood that this is dividing the people, is not uniting the people, and this world religion should be somehow should be corrected. Only until the leaders of the world will not change their mind, you and me cannot do that. Because if you look today Modi is there, he is doing few things which I and you cannot do it, because he is at the top of the leadership. So similarly, if we can reach to the leaders of the different countries and approach them with the pointers what we are discussing today, maybe we can make a change. Maybe we can bring a change. Now, question is whether we are agreeing to some point or not. That's where you, me, and everybody comes into the picture. But should we do that? That's the main question. Or if we don't do, then what's the use of discussing? That's another point. I believe that everything what we discuss, we should come something out of it, put it in one nice paper, 1 page or 2 page, and pick up few people and send it to them. Whether they read, don't read, but at least it should be in the media, or maybe you can send to the newspapers.
Saniji, may I suggest something that before we start what I call reinventing the wheel, can we look at the current available literature already in there, which like there's so much in last few years only. Recently, I came across this book, All Religions Are Not the Same. Hindu Sanatan Dharma has a scientific temper. This is written by Sanjay Dikshit, with the guy with Jaipur Dialogue. And I think we can all take a project that we should read this book and see if this is worthy to send to UN. If we all like it and we have done the work already, we can just endorse it.
Why not take some content out of the book, put it in a letter form, and tell the leader to read the book? Rather, why we send the book?
Okay.
I think our job should be to approach the lead. See, my whole idea is that a lot of information is all around, but we have to take something out and approach to the leaders of the world to say, this is something that has to be done. Otherwise, this humanity will finish. See, I believe that human life is very precious, very precious, and we have to respect it. We have to let it live longer and healthy and happier. It's only possible if somebody else is not killing you. When somebody is killing you and destroying you, the question is the progress is not there. Now look at how many temples we had in the past, all destroyed. It means all creation is gone. So we had to mention this thing and appeal to the leaders of the world. Hey, we had to stop this war. Now what is happening in Ukraine? I see the building collapsing. I see windows blowing out, people dying. I don't feel good. I don't know how they feel good who are killing and destroying. For me, it's very troublesome. I don't know what you people think. So Rose, what do you think? Dinesh, what do you think when you see a war scene like that?
I think Vijay gave us a good idea that whatever that book or write-up he's talking about, it should be distributed. Let's take time to read it and kind of juice it out. What I mean by that is that what are the key messages? And then agree to it, and then we can take it from there. The idea what you're proposing is very good, but I will say, I mean, I have a disagreement. I don't think Hinduism and Sanatan Dharma are the same thing. But we got to agree to, I mean, Sanatan Dharma is an old, ancient basis of the world's religions. I don't think Hinduism is, at least not the way we look at it for Hinduism. So let's look at that manuscript or the book, whatever it is. Let's read it and make it a concerted effort to read it and then see what the key messages are. And if we all agree, then that's the message we should take forward.
So Ajayji mentioned that Sanjay Dikshit's book. I watch his programs almost daily, so I know about this book. He has done many debates on his book. And in that, the title that is All Religions Are Not Same, that is perfectly true. What we have been listening or hearing from our lot of these gurus all over, Swamis, that ekam sad vipra bahuta vadanti, that all religions lead to the same goal. That is not true. When we say all religions, I mean, you are talking about Christianity, Islam, and other religions. Are you sure they are same? They are not same with Hinduism or Jainism or Sikhism.
No,
I think
So,
you are.
Dinesh,
so
I
I
from
don't.
think
that
I
concept,
think you're misinterpreting the whole concept. When he says all religions are the same, is basically he's talking about from a specific purpose point of view that there is a God and God has created everybody after his own image. That from that perspective, whether you read Bible, whether you read Torah, I have not read any Islamic books, so I can't say, but all Sikhism, Christian, they all say exactly the same thing. And usually on the first page, if not during the first chapter, that God created this world after his own image, and we are sub-images of him. Beyond that, I would agree with you that all religions are not the same.
yeah, exactly. That is what I meant. There are certain things that God created this entire creation. Every religion says the same thing. But how to reach that God? That is where these religions
Amen.
differ. Yes.
Amen.
So I
Dinesh,
agree with you. That is all I'm saying. But
Yes,
earlier,
sir.
everybody says, oh, Hinduism, Islam, they are all same.
No,
They are
Dinesh,
not same.
to support you,
Islam
uski,
never says, Christianity never says that we are same like Hinduism. They will never say.
no, you are right. The book का जो title है ना, वो है All Religions Are Not the Same. What you are saying, he is saying the same thing.
Yeah.
See, now question comes, what is our goal? What we want to achieve and how to achieve? I brought this topic only because of simple reason, where today's conflicts are only about religion. If one religion wants to supersede another religion. In India, conversion is going in such a big way that you and me cannot stop it. And me and Dinesh have spoken many times, talked to each other, how India will survive, how India will remain India. Only way is the reconversion, Garvapsi, which I don't think we can do it on our level. It has to be done in a big level. So question is, we as a person cannot do. Today, if we look what is happening in India, Rahul Gandhi is called by ED and all Congress parties on the street. It looks ridiculous. It shows the leaders of the country are misinformed, misguided, and they are wrong goals also. Then I think our group should come up with a newsletter, one-page newsletter, time to time, every week, every month, something like that, and send to the leaders of the world, showing them what is the right thing to do. If they don't do it, what will happen? We can give them a scenario what will happen. We have seen in the last 20 years how the Middle East is in burial state nowadays. You've seen how Afghanistan is gone, Syria is gone. Don't you see? We see all these things. What will happen in the future to our children and grandchildren? We have to imagine that way today and how to stop it. See, other day I was reading something very interesting. See, if you see today, if somebody wants to kill you, he has something to kill you. He's a bad guy. You are a good guy and you have nothing to fight back.
Yeah, you are fortunate if you can survive.
Yeah. So this difference which is coming up, one has something to kill me and I don't have anything to defend myself. How I'm going to protect myself? So our only way is that this Jainism teaches very clearly non-violence. And I don't know whether we can use the word Jainism or not, but we can talk about human.
But Islam teaches only violence.
That's the problem.
In Islam, you
How
will
to change
never
them?
find a word, non-violence, love, kindness, grace. There will be
No,
nothing like that.
I disagree with you, Dinesh ji. ऐसा नहीं है, उसमें भी लव और मर्सी और सब कुछ है, पर
वो केवल मुसलमानों के लिए है आपस में.
इंटरप्रिटेशन जो है ना, वो इंटरप्रिटेशन कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट है. वो मेन डिफरेंस है कि हम तो कहते हैं कि from A to B there are different ways to reach from A to B. They say there's only one way to reach A to B and they will not respect anyone else, period. This is the major difference. So the tolerance part from them is zero or negligible. They have no tolerance for any other views. They have only one view, my way or highway.
So that is
Our
also
view,
a form of violence.
our view
That is
is
what.
that we love and respect everyone. तू भी ठीक है, तू भी ठीक है. हम सबको नमस्ते करते हैं, सबको प्यार से. हम तो तेरे यहाँ भी चले जाएंगे. वो हमारे यहाँ आके मंदिर में घंटी हो जाएंगे. आप कल ही जाके वहां पे माथा टेक दोगे. ये हमारी खूबी है कि we are like tolerant and they are not tolerant.
लेकिन टॉलरेंस और नॉन वायलेंस दो अलग अलग बातें हैं. नॉन वायलेंस or tolerance, they are two totally different concepts. If we believe in non-violence, then we should not raise our voice. What happened to Kashmiri Pandits in Kashmir? We should not raise our voice against what happened to India when it got partitioned in a number of countries. Tolerance, India showed when we accepted people from other faiths, from other countries. But we made a mistake when we became non-violent in the sense that अगर वो हमारे घर पे आके घुस जाएं तो हम कहेंगे भगवान हमारी रक्षा करेगा. So those are two different things, and we got to make a clear distinction between those two.
So सानी जी आपके इसमें ग्रुप में कितने लोग हैं और आज क्या पहली मीटिंग है? क्योंकि मैं तो पहली बार आया हूँ.
Yeah, this is the first meeting. It was inspired by Dr. Vijay because he says we have to do something. We have been talking about it. I told him, why don't you start a Zoom with the idea of discussion on some issues? His idea was okay. And then he told me Tuesday is a good day to start 8 o'clock. So I started this thing. I sent email to about 80 people and hoping that 10 people will join. So we have 4 people who we connect each other on a regular basis. So question comes that we have to do something. That's what I'm telling. We have to do something.
I like your idea of publishing a white paper kind of thing every now and then. Maybe we choose 4 in a year, but let's decide the topic. I think this is a good topic, dharma and how to explain religion and dharma and what is all dharmas are. But we have to really collect very authentic from writings. We have to involve more. Like I'm not an expert on religion. I don't know if any of us can be
We don't have to. We don't have to. I don't think so. We need to be expert. We need to have a common sense and very simple words which can touch the person's soul and mind. That's all it is. If we can write in a very short, simple way.
But where you want to publish it, Saniji?
Not publish. We'll send emails to the leaders of the world, finding their email addresses to their staff and people who are rich and resourceful. So they take this message and they take seriously. This human life is very important. The first
and distribute to people in malls and everywhere in schools and like that.
I don't know. We can do that or not, but
I think what you will do, you have already started a WhatsApp group.
Yes.
उसका नाम आपने रखा है ना, धर्मा इनकारनेशन क्या रखा?
वो भी चालू किया मैंने.
तो उसी में उसके आप लिखिए आपके क्या ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं और उसमें जो आपने 80 लोगों को भेजा है सबको उसका मेंबर बनाइए और फिर उसी में आप डालिए और फिर वहां से वो फिर फॉरवर्ड होगी, लोग और उसको फॉरवर्ड करेंगे. अगर वो इंटरेस्टिंग होगी तो जो आपके मेंबर्स हैं, जैसे मैं हूँ, मैं और भी 10-20 ग्रुप का मेंबर हूँ. If I like it, I will forward there.
Yes.
That is how it will spread. You can do only this much. Other than this, आपके आजकल के उसमें आप और कुछ नहीं कर सकते. This is the only way you can spread your message to thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, I was thinking different ways. See, I think that we should come up with a 1 or 2 page note or some, I don't know, as a message, and we send it to some big key people, whether they read or not, I don't know.
मिलेगा उनको मिलेगा WhatsApp ग्रुप से.
I think we should do that.
Facebook से आप भेजिए, बनाइए, इसमें डालिए और जो मेंबर्स हैं उनको बोलिए कि प्लीज फॉरवर्ड इट टू योर फ्रेंड्स and other WhatsApp group you are member if you agree with the content. और ये जो है कुछ समय में ही जने कहाँ पहुंच जाएगा, वायरल हो जाते हैं. मैंने तो देखा हजारों लाखों लोगों को पहुंच जाता है.
why I started this group to find some people who know how to write, how to put the words together. So
हाँ, तो
Saroj is
आप
one-
तो उसके भी मेंबर हैं, वो जो है प्रो इंडिया राइटर्स ग्रुप,
yeah, but I
उसमें
think
बहुत
so.
अच्छे लोग हैं, उसमें तो
No,
बहुत
no.
अच्छे लोग हैं.
ठीक है. But I want to introduce Saroj. Saroj has written few books and poetry, and he's very a sentimental man. He can write with sentiments. So I was thinking
तो
that
ये अपनी बुक का थोड़ा समरी बना दें, 1 or 2 पेज की,
was the book की?
जो इन्होंने बुक्स लिखी हैं.
नहीं, इनकी बुक तो सब दूसरी तरह की है. पोइट्री है, कुछ राइटिंग इन नॉवल.
अच्छा अच्छा.
But I want to see, I want this subject of dharma and religion so that he should write a 1 page, 2 page note based on information I sent to him, and then we should analyze it in our group and see whether it should be circulated or not, and then we should do the circulation. That's the whole idea.
Let me make you a suggestion.
Go ahead.
I think earlier somebody said, I think it was Dinesh, that we're talking about from Sanatan Dharma's perspective. Okay. So under the umbrella of Sanatan Dharma, we have within the last 30 minutes or so discussed about tolerance, nonviolence, spiritualism, religion, okay? Are all religions the same or not? Okay, and then also the distribution of a manuscript by Vijay. Okay, I think if we focus on those 4 topics, religion versus spirituality, tolerance versus violence, okay, under the umbrella of Sanatan Dharma and Hinduism itself, and start making a clear distinction from Sanatan Dharma's perspective and how it varies or differs in terms of forwarding the message of Shalok mere ko aate nahi hai, but I think what he's saying was that the religion that we are not just members of a human race, we are members of a much bigger system. And that includes the animal kingdom, the human kingdom, the nature, and so on and so forth. I think if we take that and just to start with, and then ask people, pick one, and then ask other people's opinion, and then kind of condense it and send a letter out. That would be my suggestion.
So how we should approach? Dinesh ji, you have an idea? Vijay ji, you have any idea? I think everybody of us, we are 4, maybe we can talk to our friends who we know, because I tell you, all these things start by talking to each other. Like me, Dinesh, we talk very often. I
ऐसा है
Vijay ji very often.
आप नेक्स्ट वीक और बिगर ऑडियंस को लाइए. You have only 4 people.
Yeah, I can bring.
Bring at least 10 people.
I think we can do that. I can do that.
And then out of 10 people's discussion, then if somebody volunteers to write 1 or 2 page write up on dharma or Sanatan Dharma versus religion, and then we can some draft first, and then we can distribute among ourselves, which before we put it on public forum.
Vijay ji, what do you say?
I kind of think that if we have too many people, which I told you, Saniji, if we have too many people, nothing will get done unless one of us have to really control the ideas of people. I think we are 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, but under 10. But your idea of letting people talk and give them a platform to talk and let them speak out, that I agree with that definitely. So there could be one meeting where like 50, 60, 70, whoever can come and speak on that one topic. Not like we have to give them rules. You cannot keep talking more than 1 minute. There are people who just go keep 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. That's not the idea here. आपका विचार अच्छा लगा मुझे कि लोगों को बोलने को प्रोत्साहन मिलेगा, उनको आइडियाज देने का प्रोत्साहन मिलेगा, पर यदि कोई सब्सटेंशियल काम करना है तो 5-6 से ज्यादा लोग नहीं कर सकते. कुछ नहीं होगा, सब एक दूसरे की, हिंदू सब नेता हैं अपने आप में. They will give ideas and run away. They will not do anything substantial. That's my opinion. I have seen so many organizations just leadership की वजह से सब फेल हो जाती हैं, सब अपनी अपनी बात कह के चले जाते हैं, कोई किसी की नहीं सुनता है.
Conclusion is,
That's my view.
the
Yeah,
conclusion,
I think I agree 100% with Vijayji's point of view. He's right. It happens many times in many groups. Everybody wants to be a leader and thinks he knows best. So, and things don't move forward.
see, today's topic, I picked up this, and there's another topic in my mind, which I put it on a WhatsApp, is karmas and reincarnation. I consider that once we take these two main points and make it a public and make every leader of the world understand the difference between these two things, I think the change will come when these people start thinking themselves and start implementing in their area. Now, now we have seen ourselves where we had a leader A and now we are leader B. Look at Mamta, look at Modi, look at Yogi, how each leader can make a change. So if we can put these ideas in the leaders of the world, I think we can bring the change. I feel that way. These two ideas should work. Now, if we see the word reincarnation is very common in Hinduism. In Christianity, it says, so shall you reap, so shall you sow. So it means it's the same thing actually. It's all about karma.
So, Saniji, you are mixing with politics, with the religion, with the Sanatan Dharma and all that.
See, I think politics.
Don't mix political leaders or politics.
No, I think why I'm talking about political leaders, because they are the movers. We can only talk, but they will move the world. And they will move the society. They will move the countries and things like that. So we have to change their mind. We have to talk. We have to